Alright, so in today's video, I'm going to be wiring up a disconnect to my shed, man cave, whatever you want to call it. I hope you can hear me. The first thing I'm going to do is open up this box and cut the power to the shed in there. So let me do that now. I'm going to cut the power to it. There. And the reason I'm doing this is so I don't have to run all the way out if there's ever a problem and cut the breaker off at the power box, power meter, the outdoor power meter. So I'm going to wire in a disconnect so I can cut the power off inside the shed. Alright, so I know it was a little noisy over there, but what I was saying is I'm going to run a disconnect right here where my receptacle, where the power comes in at down here. It comes in right here at the bottom, goes into this receptacle, then it goes wherever it needs to go. It goes up to this switch right here, and then it goes over and wherever it needs to go after that, you know, and goes in here. And I don't have a disconnect, as you can see. So I bought this disconnect. I've got a 15 amp breaker at the box. I got a 15 amp, I got a disconnect box here. I'm going to tap into it. That way I'm going to tap into it with this box here, because I don't want to have a situation where, you know, basically something go wrong. Now, like I've had a piece of equipment, you know, start smoking on me. Something went wrong out here, and you don't want to run, you know, all the way over there to turn off the breaker. What if it's raining? You got, you know, wet grass, and you go touch the breaker, you got a problem. So I've already verified that the power is out, because I had the light on when I turned the breaker off. So the power should be out. And I can get a meter and all of that, but that won't be necessary because that light was on and now it's off. And I'm going to go ahead and get this done. So here we go. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is take the panel off. And I'm going to go get my meter before I get too involved with this, just to make good practice. Just for good practice, you know, before I get to really disconnecting stuff. But I just want to see, I could tap into this line, but instead of tapping into it, what I'm going to do is just take the wires out and put it in this box and mount the box, and then go from there. I think that's probably the best thing to do. I'm just gonna mount it right here. Put it right here, and that'll be where it'll be. I need to put a level on it. Alright, I went and grabbed my voltmeter, hammer, and level to finish this job. Alright, so the power's off. Y'all won't never say I don't check the power. Forgot to do my little punch out here. So I can get it where I want it to go. Moving awfully slow today, but you know what? I don't rush when it comes to electricity. Alright, so this box was just too tight for me to, this receptacle was just too tight for me to, you know, work with. So I'm taking everything off one by one. I had to get my power wire, my main wire coming from the house. I just had to remember, I just have to remember the two wires at the bottom is where everything starts at, and then it goes, you know, it goes to the top. So that's the main thing I had to remember. So I'm gonna take the ground off, and then I should be able to pull this wire out. You know, it really ain't that complicated. It's just, you know how it go. So, but you gotta respect it. You gotta make sure you get this stuff right. So I'll take this off. And pull the ground screw out. Now I have access to the wire coming in, the power wire that can go into that box, I think. Alright, got the wire out. Hope y'all see that. So got my wires out. Got all three wires out. So what I need to do, now I got my wires out, I need to feed them into the breaker box, at the bottom of the breaker box. And that's the wire coming in. They're going to the breaker. And of course I'm going to cut it at a certain point to make it go into the breaker. Matter of fact, I'm going to put the breaker in now. Put the breaker on this side. It really doesn't matter which side you put it in. Alright, so the breaker's in. I'll put the box back up here now, since I got the got things where I want it to be. Now when I cut the wire down, I got to be careful, because I want to make sure that when I cut it, I got enough room to get to the ground. All right. Alright, so I got the ground. Got one leg of the ground. I don't know if y'all can see that really well. Let me get down a little bit so you can see. Alright. Got one leg of the ground going in here. Let's see. Can you see or not? Let's see. Yeah. That's the ground. Let's stick that in there. Alright, here's what I got so far. Common, it's gonna be wire nutted, go where it needs to go. Power is coming in. I'm gonna flip that. It'll be power coming in, and then it's gonna come out here and go through the hole. It's the only ones that's gonna go through the hole right now when I get done. Well, all three of them are going to go through the hole, but the common's going to stay here. The ground is going to stay here. And then it's going to go where it needs to go. Alright. Alright, so as you see, I already got this thing wired up. I got the common going into here. Then it's traveling up where it needs to go. I got my grounds together right here. And if I ever need to add another breaker in here and run something else, I got space for it. Put that ground right there, and the power is coming in up here at the top, and it's coming out at the bottom. Then I ran this here, and I'm just gonna go ahead and use the same one. I just had to, you know, put another one there just to make sure I don't cross nothing up. But I'm gonna go back in the same one and wire it up. All right. Alright, so now I'm going to flip the breaker on live so you can see what's going on and show you everything works. And if it works, the light on top should come on when I flip this on. There we go. Light came right on. There you go, you see that? So everything seems to be working. I got it leveled. I got everything going here. So now, instead of running all the way out to the electrical box way down there, I can just turn everything off here. And I'm also going to do some more tests and check my voltage, and then I'm going to check my ground. I got something to check the ground if I can find it. Make sure my wiring is okay. So we're going to check from here to the ground. Got 122. So we got the right power coming in, and that's pretty much it. If you want to check the receptacle, you can check both legs of that. Check that to the ground. 122, 121. Check this top one. Alright, everything looking good. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. It's Grind Time Media. I'm out.